Good evening, John from the Evans Hotel, Bealiba. Well, the pub was built in 1856 as a wood and canvas structure. 1857, the gentleman put in an order for 50,000 bricks and then started to brick the pub up. It's 4 buildings in a complex that form a square, and it's an old building, but it's got good bones. The original owner is George Evans. He built it, and after a couple of years he brought his girlfriend over from overseas, and he built another house at the back of the premises. So George Evans, when he died, the pub was handed over to successive generations of the Sam family, and then it started to go into private hands from there. So I think there's about 13 or so licensees for the pub, and maybe half a dozen different owners. We have numerous locals who tell us about different aspects of the building. There's very little known online about the building, so it's all come back to local knowledge. The room we're in now, back in the day, was the courthouse, the police station, and the billiards room and barber's chair. So it covered everything. They had inquests here on local deaths and things like that. The cellars, being the coldest place in town, were also used as the local mortuaries, which is a little bit funny when you're living on top of the cellar. We recently had some guests who the mother and son stayed in room 4, the father stayed in room 5. Early hours of the morning, all the electric toothbrushes and appliances turned on in the suitcase. They couldn't turn them off until they removed the suitcase from the room. A couple of things were moved. One of the hangings on the wall was cockeyed, and some things on the bedside table had been moved. People who own the vicarage behind us 10 or so years ago actually worked in here. It might have been a little bit longer, and the husband was running the bar, and he had a customer walk out past the bar to go to the toilets, a lady and her 3 children, but she only returned with 2 children. So he got quite worried and went looking for the 3rd one, couldn't find it, approached the lady, and she said, "No, I only left with 2. He said, "No, you had a young girl walk behind you." And she said, "No." A middle-aged lady in a period dress, so I gather that's the old style dress, that also wanders the premises. Now the vicarage behind, which was George's private residence, the owners there tell me that they have a male, a female and a child that visits there. The lady and the girl are in immaculate period dress, and they sometimes leave gifts, little bone buttons or feathers or things like that, on the bedside tables. There's also, I believe, a gentleman that sits at the end of the bar there. Got quite cranky when we removed all the bar stools, so we put a bar stool back for him, and apparently he's happy. Also in the early 1900s, the hotel groomsman was burnt to death in a fire out in the groomsman's quarters. We do not know where those quarters were, and we've got no maps to locate where they were. The building also became a Cobb & Co stagecoach rest spot. Hence he built a breakfast lounge and a butler's room and a kitchen to look after the passengers, and then he built the accommodation wing to accommodate the overnight passengers. So that is a confirmed death on the site. The cellar, we have apparently 2 cellars, but we only know of one. That's the cellar under the bar, and that's all been concreted floors and done up a bit. But there was a second cellar we believe was under our private lounge room, and the entrances have been backfilled. Someone has tried to dig around underneath and have come to where the internal cellar was blocked off. We haven't gone any further. We've been too busy doing other things, but I'd love to know what's down there, because I've got early records that the owners used to sleep down there in the late 1800s because it was the coolest part in town. But also been the morgue. So we'd love to know whether it's been fully filled or whether it's just the entrances. Well, the town itself back in the day had, I think, 18,000 people. In the main street now, I think there might be 20 if you're lucky, but in the whole surrounds, I think there's 306 or 360 according to the last government stats. So the town is pretty much deserted now. We have the pub and the local post office. They're the only two businesses in town. A couple of houses surviving along the main street. The town was built on one of the last of the local gold rushes down along Cochrane's Creek there. The owner who built this, it's on record that in 1 year he took over 20,000 British pounds of gold over the bar. Fair enough, all the local gold miners would pay in gold. So that's how he became quite wealthy. As they say, you mine the miners and you become wealthier than the miners. Local cemetery just up the road. It's got some really old and some really good headstones in there. But that's not the original cemetery. It was actually moved from somewhere else to there. Not sure, I've come across where the old cemetery was, but I believed a lot of the bodies were exhumed and moved, but there was also a lot that were just bulldozed flat, and it's now pastoral land, I believe. Yeah, the town is, you don't know it exists unless you know the town is here. We'd really like to know where the missing safe is. There's stories of a hidden safe that hasn't been recovered, but could be one of those stories. But there's an interesting spot down in the cellar where some of the foundation stones, and you know the stones are that big, have been moved, and there's slight gaps around it. But the interesting bit is there's brick rubble behind the stones. The brick rubble shouldn't be there from when they were built.
Okay, if we've got any spirits down here that would like to connect, we've got lots of devices here, some things that might be very new. You can touch any of the devices and you can make the light flash for me. How about if I come and sit over here? So we've got a few devices here. I'll show you how to make them work. Can you make any of them flash for me, please? My name's David. So we were reading some stories and we learnt about when the license was first granted, and some people were not very happy that it might have been some fraud in the paperwork that granted the license. Was that correct? Just give me a knock. Can you do that again? Can you give me a knock again? Okay, my voice recorder's gone flat, so I'm just going to go and get another voice recorder. No need to be scared. I'm not here to scare you at all. We just like to talk to you. There you go. Thank you. Can you do that again for me? You can come and have a seat beside me here. Thank you. Awesome, thank you. Were you an owner of the hotel at some time? Yes? Can you stop? Thank you. Would you like me to leave the cellar? If you want me to leave, can you make one of the lights flash? And I'll go to somewhere else. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're back down here. We've got a couple more devices here. So we've got another person here now. This is Janet.
Are you able to light something up for us to let us know you're here?
So there's a few stories going around about a second cellar and also possibly a safe that's hidden downstairs somewhere or hidden at the hotel, and it might have some gold in it. Do you know anything about that? Is there a safe somewhere? Can you make one of the lights flash if there is?
Do you want me to leave so I can speak with David?
Amazed. Joe.
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 Joe, if you're here, can you flash one of the lights for us?
Loneliness.
Well, we're here to talk to you.
We don't want you to feel lonely. That's why we're here. We'd love to talk to you. You can communicate with us. Yeah, can you make that flash again for us?
We have a little ball here too that lights up. Is that on?
It's time to leave.
You want us to leave?
Is that just come through, did it? We'll leave, but you have to make one of the lights flash for us, or you have to give us a really clear signal that you want us to leave. How would you feel if we started digging through the wall here where we think this other cellar is? Can we do that? How about we find a safe? Let's see what we can do. I think there's some gold down here.
Passage.
Passage. Is that where we are now?
Are we in the right area? Thank you. How about we start digging here? Will that take us to the safe?
Shall we keep digging? So this is the right way we're going?
So we're in the right area. We're going this way for the cellar or the safe? Yes, thank you.
Should I keep digging?
Is there any gold in there? Can you flash if there's gold there? If you think there's some gold. Can you help us?
So what's
Here.
Here. Okay.
here is something else. Or is that just
Believe us.
We believe you.
We believe you. So this is where the gold is.
Should we keep going? Let's say yes.
That's it, yeah. Okay, so it's through here. Through this bit here. That's the safe. Or the gold. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to start digging.
Eliza.
Would you tell us if we're in the wrong spot?
Eliza, are you here with us? Are you talking to us now?
Weak.
You're weak?
Thank you.
You wonder why they would fill that in.
Okay, so you told us that you think that the cellar or the safe is behind that wall. So if we talk about the safe and the hidden gold, can you help us find it? Yes.
Shall I keep digging through that passageway?
How about we go and get some shovels and start digging? Is that okay?
Human.
Oh my god, you know what I was just thinking? I wonder if anyone's been buried in there.
Well, that's potentially the morgue. Is the cellar that's behind that wall, is that where they used to keep the bodies?
Yeah. Is there anyone buried in there? Is that what you're telling us?
Would you like us to leave?
Hi, my name's Christy and I used to work at the Evans Hotel in Bealiba. My spooky experiences are I used to work in the kitchen, and where the shop was, there was an old bar. That was the original bar, was where the shop was. And sitting on the counter, the previous owners used to have a camera pointed exactly at the counter, and there was a full person, cowboy hat, beer in hand, sitting at the counter. So you could see this side of him and a face. I can't remember what he looked like, but it was a cowboy. Also too, working in the kitchen, between the kitchen and the dining room, there's a half glass door and it's frosted. And I cannot tell you how many times I would see so from pretty much just below your shoulders to the head of just a black, like a shadow of a figure walking across. Someone who used to work here, Annie Eunice, she's lovely. She used to clean here for 30 odd years. And she would say in room 2, there George Evans or someone used to sleep in the bed. She'd go in, make the bed, come out, get her cleaning supplies, go in to vacuum and dust, and she goes, there would be a dent, like a full length dent in the bed.
Okay, last time we were in here, you didn't allow us to record. Now we're back. There's someone in here that knows you. Raven. We've got Raven. I don't know you. It's this person. Do you know who she is? Christy.
Hello, Put Anderson.
Can you turn on the music box again?
No.
Or that ball that's sitting there on the chair? You just touch it. We've got a few balls up here. We've got this contraption up here. If you touch the red light or you touch that antenna, it'll go off and we'll know you're here. We can communicate. Okay, cool. So if you understand, can you make one of those lights go off? What if Christy goes behind the bar and serves you a drink?
Turn the music box on if you would like another drink, Bud.
If you sit in your chair, like you normally do,
Coming, Bud.
great, just go in and get you a drink. Come on. Come on.
Hurry up, come
Just
on.
taking her time. That's awesome. Alright, if we're actually speaking to Pud, can you make that chime again or come and touch this red light?
Is done. Is done.
Yes.
Done.
That's the real stuff. Okay, well you better touch that red light. Someone just said do it. Listen, do it, yes. Pud, you've got to verify that you're here. So you've got to make that music box go off again or touch that red light. And that beer's yours, mate.
Bud, would you like me to have a beer with you?
You've got to set something off.
Bud, are we having this drink or not?
I think they're good.
Alright, we'll go into the bistro now.
We'll go to a different room. If you want to come, you can come follow us into the next room.
Alright, we'll keep going. That way we're making 100% sure that we're not
That's
interfering
not.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we were here you were very clever and you used the dowsing rods and you moved them to answer questions, but you made sure that both cameras didn't work. Well, this time they're working. So if there's someone in here with us right now, can you come and touch one of these balls or the red light or the music box and let us know that you're here?
Yes, that's right. The ball.
I think we were speaking to Phyllis and Elizabeth. I don't know if Phyllis is the young child or if it's the mother. Well, Phyllis, Mrs. Evans, if you could please come and touch this red light, if you could sit at the table with me, that would be amazing. Can you maybe come and touch that black box that's on there? Nothing here is going to hurt you.
Pud.
Pud. Pud, do you want to come and sit at the table? Anybody? If there's anybody here that wants to sit at the table, you're welcome to. Just go touch the red light.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Leave.
We're not going. Okay, the female that keeps telling us to leave. What's your name? Say May. May, are you related to George Evans? Okay, any of the children, are you here? We brought some dolls for you. Elizabeth? Is there anything you might want to say to the current owners? Is there a message? Last time David and Janet were in the cellar. Yeah? You were saying, or someone was saying, that they needed to keep digging. And that there was a body in the morgue.
Can you make one of the lanterns lights move on the roof, please? And I heard that.
Why'd you call her a bitch? Is there someone standing next to me? If there is, can you tell me your name? Alright, we're moving on. Hello. Wow. My phone's on airplane mode, but I'll move it. Can you do that again? Is there someone sitting in that chair? Can you do that again? Is there someone sitting in that chair? If there's any spirits in this room with us, can you please light up one of the devices? You can touch the red light or go near that green and black box. You can touch this black box that you were touching before. And we have a little ball here with the dolls.
K2.
Hello. Okay, if we're speaking with one of the children, can you stop the lights, please? Thank you. Are we talking with a little girl? You can make it go all the way to the red if you like, if we're talking to a little girl. Yeah. That's great, thank you. Alright. Alright. Elizabeth, are we speaking with Elizabeth? If we are, you can make the lights go up again. All the way up. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, can let it stop now. Stop it now. Thank you. So this is intelligent communication because it's on command type thing.
Do you like the dolls, sweetie? If you do, light it up. Light it up if you like the dolls.
No.
No? Would you like me to bring you a teddy bear? Would you like a teddy bear? I can bring a teddy bear here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sweetie. Elizabeth, do you like the kitty cats? Ezzy? The big fat grey cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop it for a second. Stop it. So I can ask you another question, love. Okay. Were you playing with the cat in room 4 when I was here last time? You know the rooms outside? Were you playing with the cat outside in the rooms? No? Was that somebody else? If it was, you can light it up. Somebody else. Was it Phyllis? Your sister? Yes. Elizabeth, is there someone here in the room that you don't want here? Are we all welcome here?
Sweetie, are you still here?
Okay, Elizabeth, are you still here? If you are, could you touch that green light again? That's just gone dead quiet.
2 people have gone. Are you happy now? Can you light it up if you are?
I don't think there's any kids left in here. Did an adult walk in here and scold the children? Did Elizabeth get told off? Was she scolded for talking to us?
As soon as you walked out that door, it stopped.
Okay. Charles, Mr. Oxley, if you're here, could you please come through and have a chat to us? You may not know what these devices are over here. They won't hurt you. Basically, if you come near them, they'll actually just light up and we'll know that you're here. So Charles, I hear that you tragically died in a fire here. I can't imagine the pain that you would have gone through. How about I step back a little bit if you feel a little bit intimidated? Is this what you used to wear? Is it something like what you used to wear back then when you were the horseman? Okay, Jodie's in one of the rooms and she's listening to see if you're saying anything to us. Please feel free to talk through her if you like. Do you know who lit the fire? Was it an accident? Or did someone do it deliberately? the foundations to the other building that was supposed to be here. Was that the kitchen that burnt down? Did that burn down the same time? Was that fire the same fire that was lit here? Or is that a separate occasion? If there's any other spirit that wants to have a chat with us, or you want us to know that you are here, you're welcome to. We're going to go over to the maid's quarters. Do you remember where that is?
Yeah, I'm at the Evans Hotel tonight. My experiences here so far has been what you wouldn't expect is a little girl. I went to the toilet and the little girl was trying to talk to me. I get senses and feelings in each room. There's a male in the bar area and there's a lot of people that want to talk. My own experience is shadow figures here and people wanting to talk continuously, but I just don't know who they are. Across the road used to be the old stables where they used to have the jinkers that used to come here. Cobb and Co used to stop here and board their horses and their carriages here and across the road. Okay, you said yes. Go back to the centre, please.
Close it.
Thank you. Have you been following us all night?
Yes.
Can you go back to the centre, please? Go back to the middle.
Why are you here?
Why are we here?
Thank you.
We're here to investigate the place and get to talk to you and tell your story.
Can you point this lovely coloured rod to the person that you like that's in this room now?
The dog.
You. You're getting a hug.
Thank you. Are you giving me hugs?
Yes.
That was strong.
Wow.
Oh, that was
Wow.
strong. I felt that.